must say this in English. I really doubt the rescue system in Uganda. I don't know if Uganda has a yes, I think it is there. It is the Ministry of Disaster and Preparedness. Well, I don't know how it is functioning in Uganda. Rescue team. Rescue. Uganda is very poor at rescue. And I believe that very many people died because of the issue of lack of rescue in this country. This is something that the government needs to take up, our leaders need to take up very seriously in relation to the issue of Daniel Socer. And if I remember the experience of the lockdown, I was in lockdown final year at the university in campus. When the lockdown came in, President Museveni said you would send people back home for 14 days. That was the initial close of the school. So we said, instead of us wasting money going home then coming back all along to northern Uganda, okay, let's stay around here in Kampala. And then after the 14 days, we shall continue. So we rented some houses in Kampala and then we started staying there. But as time goes by, our speculation was not like how the government speculated. In fact, all African governments were speculating. Let nobody lie to you about COVID. Actually, if COVID has disappeared, then COVID has disappeared on its own. I mean, the markets were open. People were only school closed. That was the only difference, and transport maybe. So that one aside, the experience we had at campus during COVID-19 lockdown was a different one. Was harsh. All along when Museveni kept on postponing the reopening, we ran out of money. Even our neighborhood ran out of money. We started working in people's farm in Kampala, the banana farm, fairing banana. That's when I started learning that indeed banana is heavy, because we used to sit near the fence of campus and look at the Baganda who were carrying banana on a motorbike, and we used to laugh and say, you look at these guys are very weak. How can you be carrying banana with a motorbike? So because we never knew, because that thing is not common in our place, and we just pick this ripe banana, not even much. So we never knew it was a heavy thing. So we started going through, carrying those banana now with our hands. Then we learned, yes, the Baganda are not just weak. Via that one, no, remove it. The banana is the one which is heavy. It is heavy. A lot of water in it, so it's very heavy. We suffered in lockdown, my friend. We suffered. The students who remained behind in lockdown. Some people started talking a lot of nonsense. Those are people, power supporters. Those are opposition. Me, in Deja University, I was under Gill Constitution. I was in the Gill Constitution Ministry, one of the ministers in the cabinet, and holding some positions, and also the governor of Kakunguru Hostel, for those who might have studied in Deja University, alongside a friend of mine who is called Donkar Patrick. He's now the assistant RDC. Patrick, we came out with an idea. We wrote a request to the Ministry of Education to bring for us food relief. Yes, they brought powdered milk, sugar, beans, posho. I remember Museveni was there saying, it is posho here, you divide like this, you can eat for like 7 days. Guys, we were in a difficult situation, really difficult. The family, my parents could not travel, could not access bank. You know, Stanbic Bank, I'm sorry to say this, one of the most dying bank in Uganda, has limited numbers of ATM. No ATM in Pade district, and even the neighboring surrounding is not there. I think in the entire East Acholi, Stanbic Bank has only one ATM, that is the Kitgum branch. So there was no way we could reach Kitgum branch, the parents at home. So no money to be sent to me. Everything, in fact, that was a total lockdown. We suffered, man, until we came out with the idea that maybe we go to the police and they arrest us and we start getting free food. But then the police refused. I learned that there's no rescue in Uganda. In Uganda, you can die because there's no rescue. There's nobody who care about that. We called home for politicians. The then politicians, the MPs, they refused. They refused to come and pick us. And yet they were moving to and fro. Kampala. They did not accept to help us. Now this has reminded me of the experience of Daniel Socer in Kenya. Yes, to some extent, yes, wrong thing might have happened, but along the way he learned his mistake and he started crying out to the people that he needs help. He needs the people to help him. And then nobody could help him. Then also, leave alone when he was alive, when he died. Again, that's an example. Bringing Daniel Socer's body was too tough. Getting transport, getting money. No rescue team. Nobody to bring the body. Thanks to the social media. We started the issue of WhatsApp in campus, by the way. Actually, students started it in campus. Before we brought it to this politics of 2021, after we had completed campus. That's not a discussion. When now people are using it, it is the students who started using WhatsApp the most. Even in secondary school, we used sneak to Laibi College with it. That's around 2015. I'm not encouraging those who are still there to use it. So, Socer's experience after the body, the late may his soul rest in peace, the body, bringing the body of Socer was too difficult. You can only agree with me if you were there in the front line struggling to bring him. No one, I think Uganda, I should say Uganda has not rescued him. And this is something that the government and the leaders need to work on it. The leaders need to work on this thing, rescue. And I don't even know how to call this. But is the Red Cross dead? The Red Cross of Uganda, are you there? Socer's experience is the same as what we experience in lockdown. And in anything that I've experienced, Uganda has no rescue. That's why for me these days, when I'm going to do somebody's work somewhere, I tell the person to first send for me the first most important money there is transport to and fro, money, and a small miscellaneous for medical emergencies. And that's why I fail to do a lot of people's work, because I don't have to tell you, by the way. I tell you lightly at the start, then I keep quiet. Said that Socer was involved in some violent kind of work. Sorry, may his soul rest in peace. But then on the other hand, he wanted rescue. You want assistance. In Uganda, at times you even have money somewhere, but you cannot reach it. Nobody will help you to get there. So this is a very serious issue that if you're a leader or you're planning to be a leader, rescue is not there. Don't wait until your relative become a victim. Because in Africa, you only think about your relatives. Sexually transmitted service. Anyway, may the soul of Daniel Socer rest in peace.